Welcome back to OldCoin Secrets. Imagine this. You're sitting at an old wooden table going through your coin collection. In front of you lies a tiny dime, just a 10-cent coin. But when you shine a small flashlight across its surface, something strange catches your eye. The date 1970 is clear. Roosevelt's portrait is sharp. The mirror-like shine is perfect. But the one thing that must be there is missing. The S mint mark. And this is where the shocking story of this coin begins. The unbelievable story of the 1970 No-S Dime. The year 1970 was a challenging time for the U.S. Mint. The San Francisco Mint was responsible for producing proof coins, extremely high-quality coins specially made for collectors. And proof coins always have an S mint mark. But that year, something happened that should have been impossible. A mint worker accidentally used a Philadelphia die. Philadelphia dies have no mint mark. This small mistake created a tiny, unintentional batch of dimes that were placed inside official San Francisco proof sets, but with no S on the coin. A coin made at the San Francisco Mint, but the mint mark is missing. Collectors call this error the ghost of the San Francisco Mint. Why this coin is extremely special. 1. An accident that should never happen. Proof coins go through strict inspection. Each coin is checked individually. The chance of an error is almost zero. That's why the 1970 No-S Dime feels like a scientific anomaly. Something that shouldn't exist but does. 2. One of the rarest Roosevelt Dime errors ever. Only 3 Roosevelt Dime No-S errors exist. 1968 No-S Dime, 1970 No-S Dime, 1970 No-S Dime. Among these, the 1970 No-S is one of the lowest population, hardest to find coins in the entire series. 3. Only 3 dozen known. Experts believe fewer than 30 real examples exist in the entire world. That means only 30 people on Earth can ever own this coin. How to identify the 1970 No-S Dime? If you own a 1970 proof set, get ready. You might be holding something priceless. Step 1. Mirror-like proof surfaces. The coin has deep, reflective fields and razor-sharp details, classic proof characteristics. Step 2. San Francisco packaging. The coin originally came inside S-minted proof set packaging, but the coin itself lacks the S. This contradiction is the key. Step 3. Missing mint mark area. Just below the 0 in 1970, there should be an S. On this coin, that spot is completely blank. Step 4. Frosted portrait. Most known examples show cameo or deep cameo contrast. Frosted Roosevelt portrait. Shiny mirror-like background. Why this coin is worth thousands. This coin isn't just rare. It's impossibly rare. 1. Extremely low population. The fewer coins that exist, the higher the value. 2. One of the most significant minting mistakes ever. The mint was embarrassed by this error, which only increases its value. 3. Collector demand is sky high. Proof error coins are the ultimate prize for advanced collectors. 4. Museum-level rarity. Some museums have even tried to acquire one. Market value, approx. The value skyrockets with grade. PR 60, PR 61, $2,000, $3,000. PR 64, $6,000, $9,000. PR 65, $12,000, $18,000. PR 66, $22,000, $30,000. PR 67 CAM, $35,000, $55,000. PR 68 DCAM, $456,000, $516,000. Some auctions have pushed the price beyond $516,000. Yes, the coin worth 10 cents originally is now worth more than a luxury car. You open an old cabinet and take out your grandfather's 1970 proof set. The box is a little faded, a little worn. You gently open the plastic case and lift the dime toward the light. Your heart stops. 1970. Sharp details. Deep cameo reflection. But no mint mark. None. You check again with your phone's flashlight. Still nothing. Your hands begin to shake. You might be holding one of the rarest proof dimes on Earth. If this coin is authentic, this tiny 10-cent piece could change your life. Final message. The 1970 No-S Roosevelt Dime teaches us an important lesson. Never underestimate a small coin. Rare errors can turn common coins into hidden treasures. Even proof sets can contain million-dollar mistakes. And a missing mint mark can make you a legend in the collecting world. This coin is not just a coin. It's a mystery, a mistake, a miracle, and a treasure all at once. Coin number 2, the 1968 No-S Roosevelt Dime, proof. Imagine opening a proof set from 1968. The plastic is old, the packaging slightly yellowed by time, but the coins inside still shine like tiny mirrors. You take a closer look at the dime, that bright, flawless Roosevelt portrait standing out like it was struck yesterday. The year reads 1968. The surfaces blaze with the polished brilliance known only to proof coins. Everything seems normal. Everything except one shocking detail. There is no mint mark, and this innocent-looking mistake has made the 1968 No-S Roosevelt Dime one of the most mysterious, valuable, and hunted coins in American coinage history. This is the story of a coin that was never supposed to exist. The origin of a minting accident. In 1968, U.S. proof coin production moved from Philadelphia to the San Francisco Mint. From this year forward, all proof coins were supposed to proudly display the S mint mark. The system was simple. Philadelphia made circulation coins, no mint mark. San Francisco made proof coins with S. But in 1968, something slipped through the cracks. A working die intended for Philadelphia, a die with no mint mark, was mistakenly shipped to San Francisco. The staff used that die for striking proof coins. The result? A handful of 1968 proof sets were released with a dime struck without the S mark. Collectors didn't know it existed until someone finally noticed the missing mint mark in their set, a discovery that stunned the coin world. Why the 1968 No-S Dime is so special. 1. The first No-S proof error of the series. This wasn't just a mistake. It was the first major mint mark error in the Roosevelt Dime series. Every No-S dime after 1968 only became valuable because this one paved the way. 2. Extremely low population. While hundreds of thousands of proof sets were produced, experts believe only 2 to 3 dozen 1968 No-S dimes survived. That means only around 25-30 people in the whole world can ever own one. 3. It broke the mint's reputation in 1968. The mint had just introduced the San Francisco proof system. This error embarrassed them, so much that they tightened minting security afterward. The 1968 No-S dime wasn't just a mistake. It changed U.S. mint policy. 4. Highly desired among elite collectors. Every serious error collector wants this coin. Every Roosevelt dime collector wants this coin. Every proof set collector dreams of this coin. Demand is permanently high. How to identify the 1968 No-S proof dime? If you have a 1968 proof set, even a dusty old one from a drawer, stop. Check the dime. Here's what matters. 1. No mint mark. Below Roosevelt's neck, near the date, there should be a crisp S. On this coin, the space is totally blank. 2. Deep mirror proof finish. Expect perfect mirrored fields, frosted cameo devices, razor-sharp details. This is not a circulation coin. It must look flawless. 3. Perfect strike. Because it's a proof coin, the rims are squared, the strike is bold, the details are sharp. 4. Cameo or deep cameo. Many known examples display heavy contrast. Deep cameo versions are the rarest and most valuable. Market value of the 1968 No-S dime. This is where the story gets unbelievable. A dime that cost the mint less than 5 cents to produce, a coin found only by accident, now sells for the price of a luxury car. Approximate market values. PR60, PR61, $2,000, $3,500, PR64, $4,000, $6,000, PR65, $7,000, $10,000, PR66, $12,000, $18,000, PR67 Cameo, $20,000, $30,000, PR68 Cameo, $35,000, $55,000, PR68 Deep Cameo, $60,000, $85,000 plus. The highest auction records have even crossed $100,000. This coin is not rare. It is ultra-rare. Historical background. 1968 was a turning point in American coinage. The mint was reorganizing production. Proof operations moved to San Francisco. Public interest in coin collecting was exploding. The mint mark regulations were being updated. In the middle of these changes, one small die error slipped past the inspectors, creating one of the most valuable modern dimes ever known. Sometimes history is created not by intention, but by accident. Collector tips for the 1968 No-S dime. Always inspect 1968 proof sets carefully. Look for frost mirrors and missing mint mark. Store proof coins in airtight holders. Handle only by the edges. Consider professional grading immediately if discovered. Deep cameo examples are far more valuable than regular proofs. Even one tiny scratch can reduce the value by thousands. Imagine this. You're at an old market, browsing through random boxes of collectibles. A vendor has a pile of old proof sets, dusty, ignored, forgotten by time. You pick up a 1968 set and pop the plastic case open. The coins are beautiful. The nickel shines. The half-dollar reflects like a mirror. And then your eyes land on the dime. You glance at it casually, but something feels off. You lean closer. Then closer. Your breath stops. There's no mint mark. Your hands begin to tremble as you realize you might be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. A life-changing discovery, found in a 50-year-old box nobody wanted. Final message for viewers. The 1968 No-S Proof Dime teaches us, tiny details create massive value. Errors can turn ordinary coins into legendary treasures. Proof sets can hide secrets worth fortunes. A missing mint mark can change everything. This coin is more than a dime. It's a miracle of minting history, a collector's dream, and one of the rarest proof errors ever made. Coin number 3, the 1965 Roosevelt Dime struck on a silver planchet. This is the story of the 1965 Roosevelt Dime struck on a silver planchet, one of the most thrilling and valuable mint errors of the modern era. A coin that was never supposed to exist. The historical moment. America's biggest metal change. In 1965, the United States Mint faced a crisis. Silver prices were soaring. People were hoarding coins. Banks had shortages. And the mint was losing money on every silver dime, quarter and half dollar it produced. So in 1965, everything changed. The government removed silver from dimes and quarters completely and switched to the new copper-nickel clad metal used today. According to the rules, no 1965 dimes were allowed to be struck on silver. Not even one. But mistakes happen, especially during times of transition. And that's exactly how a few rare silver planchets from 1964 accidentally got mixed into the new 1965 production line. The result? A tiny number of 1965 dimes struck on leftover silver. Planchets slipped into circulation. Most were spent. Most were lost. Most were melted. Only a very small number were discovered, and the ones that survived are worth thousands today. Why the 1965 silver error dime is so special. 1. Born during a historic changeover. This coin traces its origin to one of the biggest shifts in U.S. mint history, the end of silver coinage. Because of this transition, planchets from two different eras collided, creating a rare and valuable mistake. 2. Extremely low survival numbers. Experts estimate that less than 20-30 pieces are known to exist today. Some believe the true population is even lower. These coins were accidentally released into circulation and used just like normal money. Most were lost forever. 3. A silver coin that should not exist. The mint made it clear. Dimes dated 1965 must not contain silver. Any silver planchet used in 1965 was a minting error, and because the date was already stamped on the dies before production, the mistake was baked into the coin. 4. Highly valuable to collectors. Collectors love transitional errors, silver planchet mistakes, rare Roosevelt dime varieties. This coin checks all 3 boxes. That's why it sells for huge prices at major auctions. How to identify a 1965 silver planchet error. If you ever find a 1965 dime, don't assume it's ordinary. Here's how to check. 1. Weight test. Silver dimes weigh 2.50 grams. Clad dimes weigh 2.27 grams. A simple digital scale can reveal a fortune. 2. Edge color. Silver dimes have a solid silver edge. 1965 clad dimes show a brown copper stripe. If there's no copper color, you might be looking at something special. 3. Sound test. Silver coins have a distinct high-pitched ring when dropped gently on a hard surface. Clad coins make a dull clack. 4. Look for wear. Many surviving examples show circulation wear. That's normal. These coins were spent just like regular money. 5. Professional authentication. Any suspected silver 1965 dime must be authenticated by Pennies and GC/NX. Without certification, the market won't accept it. Market value of the 1965 silver error dime. Prices vary depending on condition, but all examples are valuable. Approximate values. Circulated examples: $3,000, $6,000. AU grade $8,000, $12,000. MS60 $15,000, $20,000. MS63 $20,000, $30,000. MS-64, $30,000, $40,000. MS-65 or higher, $45,000, $60,000. The highest auction sales have reached over $80,000. A dime worth far more than its face value because of one tiny minting error. The history behind this rare mint error. 1965 was a tense year at the mint. Workers were under pressure. Machines were running non-stop. Silver planchets from 1964 were everywhere. New clad planchets were being introduced. Deadlines were tight. Mistakes were almost unavoidable. In this chaotic environment, a few leftover silver blanks slipped into the bins used for new 1965 production. The dies struck them. Inspectors missed them, and the coins went into bags and shipped across the country to grocery stores, gas stations, banks, cash registers. People used them without ever knowing their true value. Decades later, collectors stumbled upon these accidental treasures, and a legend was born. Collector tips: don't miss a fortune. Always weigh 1965 dimes. Check the coin's edge for copper. Look for silver color and luster. Consider X-ray fluorescence testing for confirmation. Never clean the coin. Always grade it professionally. Even a worn piece is worth thousands. You're sorting old change from a jar, coins your parents or grandparents saved decades ago. You dump them on the table and most are ordinary. Nothing special. Then you pick up a dime. You glance at the date. 965. You're about to toss it aside, but something catches your eye. The edge is bright silver. No copper stripe. Your hand freezes. Your heart races. You grab a small kitchen scale. The coin reads 250 grams. That's when the truth hits you. You might be holding one of the rarest dime errors in American history. A silver Planchet coin that survived one of the biggest metal transitions ever. A coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Found in an old jar of pocket change. Final message for viewers. The 1965 silver Planchet Roosevelt Dime reminds us, minting mistakes can create incredible value. Transitional errors are among the rarest coins ever made. Ordinary pocket change can hide extraordinary treasures. The smallest details, like a missing copper edge, can change everything. Never assume any old coin is worthless. History, mystery, and chance all came together to produce this incredible coin. Coin No-S 2000p. Roosevelt Dime, missing Clad Layer error. The 2000p Roosevelt Dime, missing Clad Layer error. This coin is not just rare. Its strange color, unique metal tone, and minting mystery make it highly desirable among serious collectors. If you collect error coins or love modern US rarities, this is one of those pieces that instantly becomes a must-have on your list. Introduction: the mistake that made history. In the year 2000, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Roosevelt dimes. But hidden within those millions were a few coins with an error that should never have happened. Roosevelt dimes are normally produced with a 3-layer clad structure. Inner core, pure copper. Outer layers, copper-nickel alloy. But on this rare error coin, the outer clad layer is completely missing. Because of that, the coin's color, weight, texture, and overall appearance change dramatically. And for collectors, that's what makes this coin stand out immediately as a mint-born rarity. What is a missing clad layer error? Before striking, dime blanks, planchet, pass through a rolling process where the nickel layers are bonded to the copper core. But sometimes, a mechanical glitch, weak pressure, or a feed malfunction causes the clad layer to fail. The result? A planchet missing its outer metal layer. That is exactly what happened with the 2000p Roosevelt Dime. Because of this, the coin displays a golden bronze copper color, a different texture than normal dimes, slightly reduced weight, uneven or softer strike details. Anyone who has handled normal dimes immediately recognizes that this coin looks nothing like the others. Physical characteristics. What makes it special? Here are the identifying features of this rare 2000p error. 1. Copper-colored appearance, with the nickel layer missing. The coin takes on a full copper tone, similar to a penny. No silver gray color at all. 2. Reduced weight. A normal dime weighs 2.27 grams. The missing clad version weighs around 1.73 grams, almost half a gram lighter. This weight difference is one of the key signs of authenticity. 3. Strike quality variations. Some pieces show a slightly softer strike. Others appear surprisingly sharp. Each example has its own personality, making it unique. 4. One-side versus two-side errors. In some cases, the clad layer is missing from only one side. Those are rare. But when the clad layer is missing from both sides, the coin becomes extremely rare and much more valuable. Rarity. How rare is this coin? The mint has never released official numbers, but error experts estimate only a few thousand may have slipped into circulation. From those few thousand, only a small number survive in high-grade condition. PCGS and NGC population reports confirm its rarity. Collectors consider this coin one of the top modern Clad Layer era dimes. Market value. What do collectors pay? Prices depend on condition and certification. Raw, uncertified, $100, $250. NGC, while PCGS AU grades, $250, $600. Mint state, MS, $600, $1,200 plus. Dual side missing clad, $500, $3,000 plus. High-grade examples often reach four-figure prices. If the coin shows a clean copper tone and a crisp strike, collectors pay a premium instantly. Why collectors love this coin? A few reasons collectors chase this error. It's a genuine mint-made error. It has a visually dramatic appearance. It's easy to authenticate. It's rare but still affordable. It stands out beautifully in any error coin display. This coin blends rarity, history, and visual impact into one perfect collectible. A mystery born in the mint. Imagine this. Millions of coins rushing through the minting machines at high speed. In that mechanical chaos, a single copper core slipped through. Without its outer nickel layer, no one noticed. The coin was struck. It entered circulation. It survived years of handling, and finally reached a collector. This is what makes coin collecting special. Little accidents that turn into priceless treasures. A modern error worth owning. If you collect Roosevelt Dimes, US modern errors, or rare minting mistakes, the 2000p missing Clad Layer is absolutely essential. It's rare, valuable, visually striking, and historically fascinating. Every collector who owns one knows they're holding a true minting accident. A coin that was never meant to look the way it does, yet somehow slipped into the real world and became a treasure. Coin number 5, 1996. Roosevelt Dime, Broadstrike Error. Today we're diving deep into the story of the 1996 Roosevelt Dime, Broadstrike Error. A coin that proves even the smallest mechanical slip inside the US Mint can create something extraordinary. Introduction. The coin that escaped the collar. Every coin minted in the United States is supposed to be struck inside a metal chamber called the collar die. The collar keeps the coin in perfect shape, forming the rim and reeded edges we're all familiar with. But in 1996, something unexpected happened. A batch of dimes slipped out of the collar before being struck, and the result was a fascinating mint error known as a broadstrike. These coins look wider, flatter, and sometimes slightly warped, almost as if they were pulled outward like soft metal. Collectors love this error because it's visually dramatic, immediately recognizable, 100% mint-made, rare in mint state condition. The 1996 Broadstrike Dime is one of the best examples of a modern US error that collectors truly enjoy chasing. What is a broadstrike error? A broadstrike error happens when the collar die fails. The coin is struck outside the collar. The metal expands outward instead of upward. This causes the coin to look wider than a normal dime, flat along the edges, rimless or softly rounded, sometimes slightly distorted, with no reeded edge. The date, mint mark, and design still appear, but the coin looks stretched. This error is easy to spot and hard to fake, which is why collectors trust and value it so much. The 1996 minting context. The year 1996 was extremely busy for the US Mint. Billions of dimes were being produced to meet circulation demand. The Philadelphia Mint alone struck 1.4 billion dimes that year. With such heavy production, machines were running faster. Dies were working under high pressure. Wear and tear on the equipment increased. These conditions are perfect for one thing: mint errors. Among the ocean of regular dimes, a small group of coins slipped out of the collar and were struck freely, becoming the 1996 broadstrike errors we collect today. Characteristics of a 1996 broadstrike dime. Collectors look for these key features. 1. Expanded diameter. The coin spreads outward, becoming slightly larger than a normal dime. 2. Missing reeded edge. No ridges. The edge is smooth, flat, or rounded. 3. Thin, flattened rim. Instead of a solid rim, the strike spreads the metal outward. 4. Clear date and mint mark. One of the most important rules of broadstrike errors. The design remains visible. Pink uniform stretching. A genuine broadstrike spreads evenly, not like damage or heat distortion. 6. Struck on center. A broad strike can still be perfectly centered, or slightly off-center, making it even more valuable. Rarity. How rare is it? The 1996 Broadstrike Dime is not extremely rare, but it is uncommon, especially in high mint state grades. Most Broadstrike errors get spent or damaged before collectors ever notice them. Finding one that is perfectly struck, uncirculated, well preserved, is much harder. Certified examples attract strong demand from error collectors. Market value. What is it worth? Values depend on appearance, sharpness, level of expansion, certification. Typical prices: circulated, $15, $40, uncirculated, raw, $40, $80. PCGS, NGC MS63 to MS65, $80, $150. Exceptional broad strikes, $200, 400 pounds. If the coin shows both strong spread and clean surfaces, collectors pay even more. Why collectors love this error? There are many mint errors, clipped planchets, double strikes, off-center strikes, but broad strikes are especially popular because they're visually obvious. They're real mint-made errors, not post-mint damage. They're affordable compared to rarer errors. They display beautifully in a collection. Each piece is unique. Collectors of modern U.S. error coins consider the 1996 Broadstrike Dime a must-have example of how fun and surprising minting errors can be. How to identify a real broadstrike. Use this quick checklist. No edge reading. If the edge has ridges, it's not a broadstrike. Correct diameter expansion. Must be smoothly widened, not bent. Strong central design. The portrait and date should be sharp, not melted or damaged. Even spreading. A fake or damaged coin won't have symmetry. Correct weight, 227 g. Weight doesn't change in broadstrike errors. Imagine checking your pocket change. You're not expecting anything rare. It's just dimes. Small, ordinary, forgettable. But suddenly one coin looks different. It's wider, smoother, strangely perfect in its unusual shape. You tilt it under the light. No reeded edge, no rim. Perfectly stretched metal. Your heart stops. Could this distorted little dime, missed by millions of people before you, be a mint error worth real money? Yes, that is the magic of a true broadstrike. Final message for viewers. The 1996 Roosevelt Dime Broadstrike Error shows us something powerful. Even modern coins can hide exciting mint errors. Mechanical mistakes can create unique treasures. Not every valuable coin is old. Some are unexpectedly new. And sometimes, tiny coins carry big stories. This is why collectors love searching their change. You never know when a rare mint mistake is waiting right in front of you. Imagine this for a moment. 5 small dimes, 5 tiny pieces of metal, yet each one holds a story powerful enough to shake the entire world of coin collecting. From the rare No-S proofs of 1968 and 1970, to the legendary 1975 No-S Mystery Dime, from the shocking 1965 Silver Planchet Error, all the way to the dramatic and eye-catching 2000p missing Clad Layer and 1996 Broadstrike Error. Each of these coins proves one thing. Value isn't always about age, and it's about rarity. Errors and the secrets the mint didn't mean to release. These coins remind us that treasures don't always shine at first glance. Sometimes they're hiding in your pocket, your change jar, or your grandfather's old drawer, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. So the next time you pick up a dime, don't underestimate it. Don't ignore it. Because even the smallest coin can carry a rare mistake, a missing mint mark, a hidden layer, a wrong planchet, or a priceless story that collectors dream of. If you enjoyed exploring these extraordinary Roosevelt dimes, make sure to like, subscribe, and keep watching, because this world of coins is full of surprises, and who knows, your next big discovery might be sitting right in your pocket.